Hello, welcome to my channel. If you haven't been here before, thanks for stopping by. You are very welcome to come in and fix something warm to drink, and hopefully you'll find some inspiration. To those of you that have been here before, thanks for coming back. Today we're going to start with the gold tinsel wreath. This is kind of a glam kind of item, and it's also a little vintage looking. This wreath does have a plastic frame on the back that the garland is wrapped around. We're also going to use one of these jingle bells from Dollar Tree. We are going to be taking the tree part off, and then we are going to use some of this beautiful fabric I have. I got this from some remnants my mother had, and I wanted to use it kind of, you can use ribbon if you'd rather, a wide ribbon, or you can use fabric. And I did rip mine out so that it had the edges that were ruffled up a little bit. So I'm going to start with taking apart this little door. I think it's a door hanger, and it has the jingle bells on it. So they were wired on, so I'm just taking that part off. The tree I tried to use with it, and it just blended into the garland so much that you couldn't see it anyway, so I figured I'd use that for something else. And then after I got the jingle bells off, I decided to set that aside for a minute while we got the ribbon going, or the fabric, whichever you decide to use. And you can see I just ripped it here in about 2-inch section. And I'm just going to take a long piece, and I'm going to just tie it in a knot. Now once I get that where I want it, I am going to put a little bit of glue there, and I'm going to put it on the back side so that it's along that plastic that's holding the frame together. I'm just going to put a little line there, and that's just to kind of keep the fabric in place. And I did end up cutting down the edges of the fabric a little bit up at the top, and then I'm going to glue some along the front. You just want to make sure you hold the top of your ribbon tight where you want it before you glue down, so that your top of your knot is at the very top where your wreath will hang from. So now we're going to put these here in the center. This is a very simple craft for anybody to do. I like to have some simple ones because there's people that might not have a lot of time or might not have a lot of experience. And it's just an easy way to kind of glam up what we buy at Dollar Tree. So I had this fabric and the wreath, and then the door hanger were each $1. So it's $2 for this wreath. And I think it just looks beautiful. That music fabric is so beautiful for this time of year. And of course, if you can't find this frame wreath at Dollar Tree, any small frame or any small wreath frame would work, and you could wrap your own tinsel around it, or just use the grapevine wreath and use the fabric, whatever you have on hand. The next thing that we're going to make today is a rustic snowflake. And I'm only going to be doing maybe 2 crafts per video here for a while. I've been having massive internet issues, and it's taking me literally hours and days It's taken me 15 hours before to try to upload a video. I'm just having so many issues with our slow internet here. So I'm hoping to get that worked out in the next couple of weeks. But I'm going to keep the videos a little shorter here in the meantime so that I can hopefully post. I really missed it those couple weeks I wasn't able to when I was without internet. So hopefully this will work. So I'm just starting with this sign from Dollar Tree. I took the little red truck off, and then I'm cutting in a piece of scrapbook paper. It has some little snowflakes on it and stars. And I'm going to just glue it in with some tacky glue. And then I'm going to take this Rustic Snowflake from Dollar Tree. And it came just like this, so I decided not to paint it. And I just glued it into the frame on top of the scrapbook paper. Now I found some tan wire lined ribbon that I had, and I decided to make a simple bow out of it. I just made a big loop. Then I'm going to tie it together in the center to bunch it up into 2 sections. And this is another easy one. The hardest part's the bow. Sometimes I am a good bow maker and sometimes I am not. I wanted this one to not be too huge because I didn't want it to take away from the snowflake a lot, but I did want it to cover. You can see there's a little hole where the hanger was on the snowflake there at the top. So I kind of wanted something up there to hide that. But otherwise, I didn't want it too big. So I decided to put some little tails on my ribbon. I just put those down separately. That way I could control how they laid along the snowflake. And then I glued the top part of the ribbon back on. And I just wanted to add a little bit of color to the top of the frame, and I messed around with these little red beads, or red berries rather, that I have that were on some pine. And so I took those off and put those in the middle part of the bow. Put one on each side. And then I ended up just taking a small pine cone to put in the middle, just to keep it even a little more rustic. So another very simple one. And hopefully you found some inspiration today. I thank you for watching. And like I said, hopefully this will upload without a lot of issues. Otherwise, if I have to take another break, I will be back. It might be a couple weeks here before I get our new internet hooked up, if that ends up being what we do. I'm going to try these shorter videos here and see if I can't get those to upload easier for me. And hopefully that will fix our issue. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you so much for watching. And if you're new here and you liked what you saw today, I hope that you take some time to subscribe to my channel. And if you've been here before and you liked today's video, please hit those like buttons. It really helps out my channel a lot. Thank you so much and have a great day, everyone. Bye.